So this was the original source of where I found it. And of course, man, enough ads. Holy crap. Of course, it says right here, you can watch the intro below. Expect to soon be DMCA'd. And sure enough, it's gone. And I covered this just as like a news topic for a game that was 5 years in development and then put on ice because it was a woke slop fest. And it leaked out there. It's not my fault that it leaked out there. Okay. First off. Now, I understand in the same breath that a company wants to protect their IP, especially if they didn't put it out there, they want to protect their leaks. I get that. And you know what? That's fair and understandable. But there are other ways that Ubisoft could have handled this instead of just straight up going directly to a strike. So here's the strike that I received. Let me move myself closer into the image so that you can see it. Hold on a second. Let's zoom in bigger here. Okay, there we go. We received a copyright removal request for your video. Based on applicable copyright law, we removed your video from YouTube. As a result, your video was removed from YouTube. Yes, I understand that. That's what you just said. Your channel received a strike. Now, for those who aren't familiar, how YouTube strike system works is it is a 3 strikes and you're out rule. So if your channel gets 3 strikes, there is really no fighting it, no coming back. Your channel is just blacked out of the internet and gone. So receiving a strike is a very big deal. It's a massive deal. It says right here, if you get 3 copyright strikes, your channel, along with any other associated channels, will be subject to removal. What you can do. Okay, what can I do? Do nothing. Strikes expire after 90 days as long as you complete copyright school. Request retraction. Submit counter notification. Deleting the video will not remove the strike. So I did the copyright school, which was just answering 4 questions, and I got one of them wrong. And it's like, it's okay, bro. We got you. You completed school. I was like, okay. But here's the thing. Ubisoft could have taken a different approach with this. They did not need to issue a strike. If anything, I could give Ubisoft the benefit of the doubt and say they didn't know what they were doing potentially, and they could have pulled Naughty Dog Last of Us 2 situation with the leaks on that, where they issued strikes to everyone, like Geeks and Gamers got a strike for that with those leaks, when they didn't need to issue a strike to everyone. They could have issued a strike to the initial leak and then had a request for a takedown request on every channel that had anything up on it. Nothing would have changed. Ubisoft went above and beyond and were like, no, fuck that. We're going to teach these guys a lesson. We're going to strike every single channel that dared talk about this situation. Now, those of you that remember me covering this Project U thing, this woke garbage mess from Ubisoft, would realize that when I covered it, I started playing it and it was like maybe 10 seconds, maybe 11 max. Not even, because I was like talking over it and I stopped it after like 1 or 2 seconds. And then I paused it at like 11 or 12 seconds. And people in the chat were like, bro, you might get a DMCA on this. I was like, oh, you're right. I shouldn't play it. Let me not do that. Doesn't matter. The system is able to find anything. It can find content with like 1 second. It can find anything. And they found the content, didn't matter how long you played it for. They just wanted to find anybody that talked about anything and strike them. Like, the problem with what their approach was is they treated this the same way as me doing a full-on re-upload, untouching it, not talking about it, just replaying it without me even speaking over it. That was the kind of copyright they sent to me. They had the option to inform YouTube to remove, to strike the original and then remove any of the copyright usage of it anywhere on. They could have done that. It's a takedown request behind the scenes of YouTube. They can do that, and just YouTube just pulls them down, and then it's the same situation, except you don't get a strike. So this is such a major fuck you to creators from Ubisoft that it actually blows my mind. In the current situation that they're in, to create even more ill will for a company that is a sinking ship, there is no fucks giving from me to Ubisoft moving forward. Not that there were before, but this is one of those situations where I'm just like, all right, it's like, this is gloves off time. It's like, fuck these guys. They don't care if they ruin someone. They just want to ruin you. They don't care. They don't care about the fallout, the repercussions. They just want to ruin you. Like, imagine if a channel had 2 copyright strikes on it for bullshit like this, and then this came through, and this was the thing that knocked their channel out. Think about that for a second. That's why it's a big deal. This is why when a creator strikes another creator, unless it's like egregious misuse of information or content, the creator that is striking is typically looked at very negatively in the community. It's somebody that nobody wants to associate. They basically get blackballed out of it because people are like, nope, this guy's bad news. They don't want to deal with them. They don't want to promote them. They don't want to interact with them. That's someone that you don't want to be anywhere close to. And they get a really bad reputation for it. But, oh, Ubisoft does it. And people are like, oh, it's a big corporation. You know, it is what it's like. No. It's still a big deal. It's still a very big deal. So I could request a retraction. So I could do that. I don't know how. I've never done that before, but I might try to do this. I don't know if it's going to result in anything because, again, Ubisoft had the option to not strike a channel, and they could have just issued a takedown request. They chose to strike channels, which tells me if you're like, hey, bro, can you retract that strike because I didn't know? They'd be like, no, fuck you. We issued you the strike. We don't care if you knew or not. Master TDS says, so they hit you with a copyright strike for what exactly? It doesn't explain, but I'm assuming for playing 8 to 9 seconds of that 3-minute trailer before I realized, oh, wait, I don't want to get a strike on this. Let me stop playing it. It's pretty messed up. So how strikes work is they expire in 90 days. If you don't get any additional strikes and it's not a big deal, it moves on. But this is very concerning because now you got to like be very hesitant to cover things for the next 90 days. And there are heavy rumors that when you get a strike, it kind of fucks up your channel in the algorithm where it stops promoting it like it used to until the strike is lifted. Like it almost flags your account and it doesn't push it out there in the algorithm for a while. But this is the kind of thing where it's like, well, I wanted to cover the Disney Snow White trailer that just dropped and make fun of that. I can't do that now because I don't want to risk it. Like that's now I'm like handcuffed because I can't commentate on shit. So it's all about control. It's all about controlling the narrative and fucking over the creators that are just doing their job. At the end of the day, we're just doing our job. Again, I'll say it. I understand they want to protect their IP and their leaked information. I get that. I would want to do the same thing. But what I would do personally, if I was working on like a top secret project and someone hacked me and took like a 3-minute snippet of a video that wasn't supposed to be out there and they just put it on their channel, yes, I would strike them for that. But if other people were like talking about it, and I would not strike every single person, I would be like, okay, the original one where everyone was referencing and sourcing it from, that's the source of the leak. That's the one that gets the strike. Everyone else is just a takedown request. You know what I mean? It's that kind of thing. But the way Ubisoft handled this was like egregious. It was egregious. And it's just, it leaves a very, very sour taste in my mouth. And Base Hands. So Bass Hands. Base Hands says it's more of a YouTube policy issue. 100% agree with you. 100% agree with you. But the problem is the way the copyright system is set up in the behind the scenes with YouTube is it's very anti-creator friendly, where you can't fight much or do much of anything. I will say one of the very curious things about this situation is the copyright strike was given to me on the Smash JT live stream channel, where I uploaded the clip from the live stream. But the live stream itself is not copyright striked. And yes, it's behind members only. And I'm probably going to private it now. But I found that very interesting. How they struck the video talking about it, but they didn't strike the main channel that covered it on a live stream. And I don't know if live streams have more flexibility for creators where it's harder to strike that, where like maybe YouTube gives a live stream more leeway because you don't know, like, oh wait, I watched it by accident while I was live streaming. I wasn't like intending to do it. So maybe YouTube gives a live stream more leeway. And when I cut it and made it a video, they're like, oh no, that's now you're highlighting it. That's a problem. Maybe. Relcon says maybe private that video now. Yeah, I'm actually gonna do that right now. Actually, that's a good point. I meant to do that earlier today. I was like, I should probably private this video. Not that it's gonna change anything, because at the end of the day, private or public or members only, it still gets caught in the algorithm, and they can find it, and it shows up on Ubisoft's page. So even with it members only, it still gets flagged for them. But I'm going to private it anyway because yeah, it's not worth it. It's not worth it on the main channel too. And also, I don't know if they just issue a strike because my secondary channel is on the same, like under the same brand channel as Smash JT. So maybe they're only like allowed to issue like one strike per brand type thing. Again, I don't know. I don't know how it works. Felsa said they struck Hypnotic's live stream. Well, he also made a video about it as well. I need to talk to him about that. That's wild. That's wild. But yeah, this is a situation that I'm dealing with right now. And yeah, good times. The dying, near bankrupt company of Ubisoft is on the way out the door to their deathbed, now throwing desperate copyright strikes at YouTubers for laughing at their slop. Is anyone surprised? Tunever says they need to become a member. Exactly. Yeah, Ubisoft becomes a member of my channel just to be able to see it. Oh, that'd be great. I don't have a YouTube guy like Hypnotic. No, I don't. First off, that's a really good point. I talked to Hypnotic about that before too. Hypnotic's like, oh, I have a YouTube guy because my channel gets enough attention where even though I don't have 100,000 subscribers, they gave me like a contact at YouTube. And I was like, oh, that's cool. I was like, oh, wait, I have 110,000 subscribers and YouTube's never contacted me and tried to hook me up with anybody. And I get about the same views that Hypnotic gets. So I'm very confused at this. Tycho Dragon says, I got a copyright strike and I went down to basically no views. Didn't get much anyways, though. I posted the analytics on my channel. Not sure if it'll affect you, though. It probably will. It probably will. And it sucks, too, because I got the copyright strike on my second channel, the Smash JT live channel where I upload clips from these streams to that channel. And that channel has been going gangbusters. Like it's been doing really well. It has over 50 members, has almost 2,400 subscribers. It's 2,362. And it's getting crazy views. It has almost 200,000 views. And it's only been live for just over 3 weeks. Not even a month. It's not even a month old, and it has almost 200,000 views on that channel, which is crazy. Like, to put it in perspective, guys, like, I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but I know how hard it is to get 200,000 views on any channel, on any video. And on my main channel, when I first started doing YouTube, it took me almost probably 2 years to get to 200,000 views combined. Like 2 years. And that's what I'm saying. We're at that in less than a month on the live stream channel, which is insane. Like that's how crazy that is. So shout out to you guys. I really appreciate all the support. You guys are amazing. It'd be nothing without you.